From pennies to millions, Iraqi Dinar Revaluation 2025 could change everything. Have you ever imagined waking up and discovering that the foreign currency tucked away in your drawer just made you a millionaire overnight? It might sound like fiction, but for millions holding Iraqi Dinar, that dream may not be so far from reality. Welcome to the Iraqi Dinar Rate News channel, your trusted source for the latest updates, intel, and financial insights regarding the potential Iraqi Dinar revaluation, RV. In this article, we're breaking down what's really happening with the dinar, why people across the globe are talking about a $1 exchange rate, and most importantly, how you can prepare. The buzz around Iraqi dinar, why now? In 2025, Iraq is making bold moves toward financial independence and global economic relevance. For years, the dinar traded at severely suppressed rates, hovering around 1,300 IQD to the US dollar. But now, whispers of a one-to-one exchange rate are echoing in both international markets and underground currency circles. This isn't just internet speculation anymore. Iraq's government, led by the reforms outlined in the White Paper Economic Plan, has rolled out a wave of modernization initiatives, from expanding oil and gas projects to digitizing its banking sector. These moves are not just strengthening the economy, they're setting the stage for a financial earthquake. What is a currency revaluation, RV? A revaluation means a country intentionally increases the value of its currency relative to others, especially the US dollar. If Iraq were to move from 1,300 IQD/USD to a one-to-one exchange rate, then a single 25,000 dinar note could potentially become worth $25,000. Imagine the implications. The lives of millions of dinar holders across the world could change in an instant. No wonder global investors are watching closely. Economic foundations for the RV. The idea of a dinar revaluation isn't fantasy. It's built on hard economic changes happening in real time. Energy independence. Iraq is reducing dependence on electricity imports and gas flaring. Modern banking reforms. Iraq's central bank is building reserves and aligning monetary policy with international standards. Boosted oil exports. With crude exports rising and global partnerships expanding, Iraq is raking in foreign revenue. White paper reforms. A strategic plan to restructure public finances, cut inefficiencies, and revive national industries. These foundational shifts make the revaluation not just possible, but increasingly probable. Signs of change. Currency market movements. Currency traders have picked up irregular fluctuations in the dinar. Some unofficial exchange wind. Historically, when countries prepare for RVs, they often run controlled tests before announcing them publicly. Could Iraq be in the same phase? The deletion of zeros. What does it mean? Iraq's central bank has hinted at plans to remove zeros from the dinar. Here's how that works. A 25,000 dinar note might be exchanged for a new 25 dinar note, but with the same value. It's designed to simplify transactions, reduce inflationary effects, and instill confidence in the new currency format. Once the revaluation begins, Iraq is likely to set a deadline, 30 to 60 days, for citizens to exchange old notes for new ones. If you miss that window, your notes could become worthless. For foreign holders, this could mean limited time frames and strict documentation for exchanges abroad. Exchanging dinar outside Iraq. The challenges. If you're outside Iraq and planning to exchange dinar, prepare for hurdles. Limited access to recognized exchange centers, strict regulations on large currency conversions, increased scrutiny over the origin of funds, potential delays or rejections due to expired notes. Expect crowded exchange offices, overwhelmed banks, and possible restrictions. Governments may also request documentation proving how and when you acquired your dinar. Psychological and social impact. Imagine the shock of waking up and finding your savings revalued 100x overnight. While that sounds exciting, the emotional and social consequences can't be ignored. Panic buying or investing. Inflation, if the government fails to regulate prices. Black markets and scams. Sudden shifts in wealth, both personal and national. This is why clear government communication will be critical. Citizens must be guided through every step, from currency exchanges to pricing controls and financial counseling. Bond meetings and banking signals. Is the RV near? Recent weeks have seen a sudden surge in bondholder meetings, events usually infrequent and under the radar. This activity points to preparations for something bigger. When central banks and international investors start holding urgent meetings, it usually means they're bracing for a financial system shift. If the dinar RV is truly on the horizon, these are the canary in the coal mine signals we can't ignore. Avoid the hype. Stay informed, not influenced. With so much excitement, scams are inevitable. Be wary of anyone selling dinar at inflated rates, claiming guaranteed RV dates, promising inside information for a fee, offering to exchange for you. Only trust official sources like Iraq's central bank, major global financial institutions, or licensed currency dealers. Remember, misinformation can cost you everything. Can Iraq pull this off? Critics versus reality. Skeptics claim Iraq isn't ready, that its debt, corruption, and geopolitical instability will hold it back. But 2025 tells a different story. Inflation is under control, trade partnerships are expanding, IMF and World Bank support is growing, oil revenue is strong and consistent, reform implementation is accelerating. In short, Iraq is not the same fragile state it was in 2005. It's maturing, stabilizing, and asserting its position in the global financial ecosystem. What happens after the RV? If the revaluation happens, Iraqis could experience greater purchasing power, cheaper imported goods, higher value for salaries and pensions, a potential drop in poverty rates. However, if not handled carefully, there's a real risk of hyperinflation, black market chaos, banking overload. The government must act with precision, speed, and transparency to manage the transition. The global ripple effect. A successful Iraqi dinar RV could inspire a global wave of currency reforms. Other economically stressed countries may follow Iraq's lead, reviewing their own systems, reserves, and inflation policies. Markets will be watching. Which nation is next? This makes the Iraqi dinar not just a national story, but a global trigger for emerging economies and currency strategists. How to prepare right now. If you're holding Iraqi dinar, here's your checklist. 1. Store your dinar securely and safely. 2. Keep all documentation proving how you acquired it. 3. Follow official Iraqi central bank updates. 4. Identify verified exchange centers. 5. Consult financial advisors on post-RV tax and exchange strategies. 6. Don't fall for YouTube hype or fake social media influencer. 7. Be ready to act quickly. RV windows can close fast. Final thoughts. The moment of truth is coming. Whether you believe the dinar will revalue to 10 cents, $1, or even more, one thing is certain. Something major is unfolding in Iraq. The signs are loud, the movements are clear, and the preparations are visible. But success will only come to those who are informed, cautious, and patient. We may be witnessing one of the biggest economic stories of this decade. And if you're holding Iraqi dinar, you're already a part of it. Join the conversation. Found this article helpful? Share it with others who are following the Iraqi dinar story. Leave a comment about your own journey or questions you'd like answered in our next episode. And most importantly, subscribe to the Iraqi Dinar Rate News channel to stay ahead of every update, every shift, and every confirmation. From pennies to millions, this moment may truly change your life. Stay alert, stay prepared, stay hopeful.